Here we go, guys. Yep, we're doing a bad ending first, and I know which one it is. I'm glad I didn't continue on yesterday. I was in a bit of a mess yesterday, so now I'm a bit more level-headed to handle this. Wait a minute, and welcome. My name is Yuusha, and welcome back to part 68 of the Fruit of Grisaia. And this part, yes, as promised, it's bad ending time. And the reason why this choice is going to hit home to me is I know somebody who's committed suicide. So, actually, I know a few people who have. So, yeah. This is going to hit home for me, but I'm going to work through it, and I hope you guys stick with me for it as well. So, guys, cut to the bad ending. I'm the only one to blame here. Mum and Dad didn't deliberately get hit by the truck just to make me suffer horrible nightmares and traumatic flashbacks. I came down with PTSD all on my own. My death would, I suppose, allow a clean escape from the constant torment of my own conscience. So she knows even Yuji wouldn't want that. If you don't like your nightmares, you'll just have to die. Yukun can never arrive at such a blunt, ugly conclusion. Yeah, no, I take that back. Yukun might well be capable of such a thought if the situation warranted it, but I'm quite certain that wasn't the case here. Yeah, so she knows. But she's still going to do it. If Yukun had concluded that I had no choice but to die, he would have told me so outright. But instead, the advice he gave me was deliberately vague, a hint rather than an order. Yukun wanted me to retrace his reasoning, to find my own path to his conclusion. Given that, the answer he wants me to find can't possibly be a simplistic brute force solution that might pop into my head right away. I wasn't entirely wrong. I need to kill myself. To destroy my own weakness. This frailty of spirit that I've allowed to define who I am. If this is a short ending, I'll do the true ending in the same video. Mum's done nothing wrong. Not in asking that final question. Not in continuing to sleep in a hospital bed. And rationally speaking, the accident that occurred that day was the product of many overlapping coincidences, easier to blame on the negligence of that drunk driver than anyone else. There's no real reason for me to feel such extreme guilt and self-loathing. I think Yukun wanted to say something along those lines. Yeah. So long as I continue to cower in fear of the past, believing that accident was all my fault, the suffering will continue indefinitely. Instead, I should accept the sin I bear, shoulder only the guilt I deserve to carry, and strive to move forward. I believe that's the answer he was hoping I might find. Truly accepting something is different from merely resigning yourself to it. I can't simply erase my regrets. Even now, the words, "if only I'd listened to my parents on that day," are running through my mind. In short term, I think it's unlikely that I'll be able to just move on and embrace a positive mindset. Dang it. But even so, Yukun said that he believed in me. I won't make him regret that trust. It may be a long, hard road, but somehow I will overcome these nightmares. As a child, that proved impossible, but today I have Yukun. Not to mention Michiru-sama, Maki-chan, Amane-san, and Sakaki-san. They'll all stay by my side no matter how long it takes. Therefore, I know I can be strong. Therefore, she said it as well. With those final words to my sleeping mother, I leave her hospital with steady strides. Almost 6:30, huh? It's been over 5 hours since Sachi told me well then I'll be on my way and left the dorm. There's been no contact from her or the hospital since then, so I think it's safe to say she successfully managed to visit her mother. Right about now, odds are she's sitting next to her mother's sickbed, or perhaps already making her way back to the dorm. In the end, sitting and waiting finally grew too frustrating to endure, so I came all the way out here to meet her. It's not that I don't trust Sachi. I just want to be there to reassure her as soon as I possibly can. To reward her bravery and facing up to everything she's avoided for so long. To hear the answer she found, pet her head, and tell her, well done. Then again, I don't know what conclusion Sachi's going to reach after seeing her mother for the first time in years. I gave the poor girl a pretty nasty excuse for a hint, if I do say so myself. But simply explaining my reasoning and dropping the answer into Sachi's lap wouldn't have changed anything. No, it wouldn't have. She had to think of it for herself. Before she can accept the truth, she needs to fight through her own hardened preconceptions. That won't come without a struggle. It can't. The guilt she carries is too heavy and unwieldy a burden to shed that easily. There are two sources of Sachi's ongoing suffering. First, her bedridden mother, whose unfinished final question perpetuates Sachi's fear of her parents' hatred. Second, Sachi's own guilt-ridden heart, still branded with an irrational conviction that accident was all my fault. Unless those two issues are resolved, I don't think Sachi will ever be free of her nightmares, and I think she knows it. In other words, I've deliberately forced her to contemplate a stark choice between killing her mother or herself. Say that was what you... Neither being the correct answer. Nope. Sachi needs to kill something else entirely. Something she can only understand when she's rejected the easy alternatives. As she is today, Sachi can find her way to the truth. I genuinely believe that. I am so sorry, Yuji. When I finally return my attention to the world around me, I spot the girl in question just on the other side of the intersection. But from this distance, this position, I can't tell what answer she's found. She walks along the road, gazing far off into the sky. Is that an expression of confidence in her face? Or a mask of uncertainty? Somehow it seems like both and neither.
Yuka!
And the instant Sachi notices me, she begins to run towards me. Oh no! Wait, Sachi! What? What? The truck barrels past the green light and into the intersection, tires squealing harshly against the pavement as the driver slams on the brakes. A fraction of a second later, there's a dull thump of impact. Oh my freaking god. Struck by a vehicle easily over a ton in mass, Sachi's flung through the air. Too fast, too far. When she lands hard. Oh my god. Sachi lies crumpled limply on the asphalt. Small gasping groans leaking from her mouth in a slowly expanding puddle of blood. What the hell? This can't be real. Is this my punishment then? My own sins? Red painted over in layer after thick layer until the stain was jet black, indelible? My god. Still unable to begin atoning, I try to take on another's burden, and now I've received my rebuke. Another person who trusted me, who offered me warmth, gone. Another I brought to misfortune. Kazuki, Asako, and now Sachi. Asako as well? Hold on, Kazuki? All the women I gave my heart to die. Will it always end this way? Am I cursed? No, this isn't over yet. Sachi! Pulling myself together through a violent effort of will, I dash out into the road. In an instant, I'm at Sachi's side. Hey Sachi, talk to me! When I shout her name, her eyes ease slowly open. Sachi! Ah, no! No! Only now do I finally understand. Sachi must have felt exactly as I do in this moment. I became Sachi! As if my heart's being gouged out of my chest, still beating. I'll carry this with me from now on. For every moment of my life, waking, or sleeping. The not knowing, never to hear what answer she found, never to know what she's thinking in this moment. The guilt, the irresolvable, eternal guilt. Fine, I won't hide from my punishment. If Sachi failed to atone for her sin, I'll accept her share of suffering with the rest.
Grisaia.
Wow, that was a quick bad ending. Holy shit. Oh my god. That was so fast. That was way quicker than Armane's one. But what a cruel twist of fate. Alright, yeah, we're going to do both endings right now, guys. I had to kill Mum.
お母さんを殺すしかないのかな。
Damn! Oh my god! I'm still in a little shock over that. Oh, alright, calm down. Calm down. That bit's done. Let's get on with the good ending now, guys. Mum's the source of my suffering. After leaving me that terrifying final question, she spent years in constant sleep, little more than a living reminder of that tragedy. At the very least, her death would put an end to the pain, even now racking my body, and end to my fear of her words. And if I want to be liberated from my nightmares, this may be the only means remaining to me. I'm a weak person. I doubt there's a more selfish coward anywhere on the face of the earth. She's been asleep for years, Sachi. Many people, when it comes to like someone being comatose for years, either hold on to that tiny piece of hope until they're elderly, and then the doctors have to say it's time, or people would think it's easier just to pull the plug, just to accept it right at that moment, then carry it on with that guilt of keeping them alive and suffering the entire time. But I'm glad in a way that I didn't see something even more horrible that I was expecting, like Yuji discovering her body. That would have been horrid. I would have hated that. And nobody would blame you, Sachi. In order to protect myself from my unendurable guilt, I lied to myself for many years. I made the world simple and tried to erase who I was. But I can't tell myself that lie anymore. I can't betray Yukon, who went so very far to make me realize my mistake. In that case, I've got no choice but to find a new way to run from the past. Namely, killing my mother. Maybe Mum's suffering in her own right. Being kept alive in such a miserable state, yeah. Maybe she'd just be happy to go up in heaven where Dad's waiting for her. Well, she never had to see my face again. Oh, Sachi? As soon as the idea crosses my mind, nauseating, convenient excuses pop up one after the other. I'm a terrible daughter. Even after all the suffering my selfishness caused my parents, all I'm thinking about is how to make life easier for myself. Is there even blood running through my veins? Perhaps it would actually be for the best if I was branded a criminal and sent off to jail. Yes, a real prison, where I could spend my entire life atoning for my crimes. Whenever people may say, I'm afraid Mihama Academy is hardly suitable for the purpose. The days I spent there were very special to me. She doesn't feel like she deserves happiness. Damn. Those are horrible thoughts to have. Michiru-sama, Maki-chan, Amane-san, Sakaki-san, and Principal Tachibana. Everyone I met there was a truly kind-hearted person, and above all else, it was the place where I reunited with Yukon. The place where he made me his girlfriend, where he told me that he loved me. It was all far more than I deserved. This will put an end to all of that. To my unfair, unwarranted happiness. Therefore.
ごめんなさい。お母さん。
Sachi. With the same words I always cry when escaping from my nightmares, I reach out and put my hands on my mother's neck. We're actually strangling her?
ねえ、サチ。今日は何が食べたい？
Come it. Shock.
サチったら、またそんなわがままを言って。
She's not just pulling a plug, she's actually killing her.
すごいじゃない、サチ。テストで100点を取ってくるなんて、お母さん鼻が高いわ。
Sachi? Sachi?
そんなのできるわけないよ。
Go on, Sachi.
私はお母さんが大好きだった。
Go on, Sachi. Keep saying it.
温かくて笑顔が素敵なお母さんが好きだった。いつも笑顔にあふれていて、笑い声が絶えないあの家が大好きだった。
Yes.
どんなにお父さんとお母さんが私のことを嫌いになっても、
You can't bring yourself to
どんなに
do it.
私のことを恨んでいるとしても、私はお父さんとお 恨めない。嫌いになんかなれない。だからこの手でお母さんを殺すなんてこと絶対にできない。できないよ。
But Yuji said that neither were the correct answer. As I speak, Mum's face flashes before my eyes again and again. Her slightly embarrassing smile when someone said dinner was delicious. That proud grin when I told her about winning an art contest at school. The excited, happy expression she always had when talking about work with Dad. And many more, far too many to count, all as clear as day. The faces of the person I loved more than anyone else in the world. And oddly enough, the next word to leave my mouth is the same one that's been tormenting me all this time. Once the floodgates open, the words don't stop. One after the other, the feelings I've kept locked inside flow uncontrollably out of my mouth. This was it, wasn't it?
どうして急に冷たくなったの？どうして仕事ばかりするようになっちゃったの？
Come on, Yuji, you've got the
どうして
answers.
お前のことが嫌いだってはっきり言ってくれなかったの？そう言ってくれれば私にも何かできたかもしれないのに。それなのにどうしてあの日だけは私に優しくしてくれたの？
I know why. They made something for you, Sachi.
あの日もいつもと同じだったらあんな事故が起こることもなかった。そうでしょ？それなのにどうしてあの日だけなの？答えてよ、お母さん。
That's the one thing she never was able to solve, was why they changed so suddenly.
お母さん。
I call out to my mother again and again, but no response is forthcoming. Her sleep is undisturbed. That's the nature of a persistent vegetative state. This is reality. I'll never hear her answer. What if she wakes up? I suppose I'm going to have to accept that. Accept it and find a way to carry on. If I can't run away, I have to move forward. That's why Yuji's there!
今日見る夢ではどうしての次があるんじゃないか。その次に続く言葉は私を責める言葉なんじゃないかって。だからその悪夢を終わらせるつもりでここへ来たはずなのに結局何もできなかった。私には殺すことなんてできない。事故があった後は全然お母さんに会っていなかったの。
Sachi has done so well. Like, wow. She's done amazing.
夢に出てくるお母さんはとても怖い顔をしていたはずなのに。
You never saw it in real life, did you? I just noticed I've got a massive cut on my arm. How the hell did I get that? How the hell did I cut my arm? I've cut it twice. What the hell? Yeah, sorry about this, guys. I just literally looked down at my own hand and that lot, and I was like, hold on a minute, what's that? I've just got a massive cut on my arm for some reason. God damn it. Yeah, sorry about it. It's not bleeding or anything. I just noticed that it's just like scabbed over. Yeah, sorry about that.
こうしてお母さんを目の前にしたら笑っているお母さんの顔が浮かんでくるの。
Because you know you've been lying to yourself.
いっぱい幸せで私が大好きだったお母さんの笑顔ばかりなんだもん。そんなお母さんを殺すことなんて私にできるわけないよ。だからごめんなさい、ゆうくん。
Wait, for what? I'm there! I'm there! Yuji, good timing! Yes! You got nothing to apologize for, Sachi. You did fine. As Sachi kneels on the linoleum floor, I move quietly to stand at her side.
ゆうくん。
I don't know much about your parents, but I think I have a pretty good idea of just how much you cared about them. When we talked in the park back then, you were always telling me stories about your mum and dad. Even after we reunited in Mihami, you brought up your parents many times. More than you realise, I think. Yeah, she's mentioned them near enough. Almost whenever she had a hobby for something, or saying you have them to thank for this. You loved them very much, and you still do. That much was obvious. And that's the exact reason why you've been so afraid. Why you've suffered so much. That's exactly why you've never been able to shake your guilt over causing that accident. It's the same with the final words your mother left you. You're tortured most of all by the thought that she might have hated you. That your parents might have resented you for what happened to them. So in the end, what you really want is to know your parents' feelings. Am I wrong? Yeah.
そうなのかもしれません。
No, it is that. In that case, why not find out? Find out exactly what your beloved parents really thought of you with your own eyes.
そんなのできるはずありません。
No, there is.
お父さんはもうこの世にいない。それにお母さんだってこうして眠ったままなんです。
I never said by speaking.
どんなに叫んでも私の声はもう二人には届かない。そんな状態で気持ちを確かめる方法なんて。
There is. What if I told you it's possible?
いくらゆうくんでもそんなことできるわけが。
Mm-hmm. Have I ever lied to you before, Sachi?
それは。
No, I haven't. I have not lied. So, you mind trying to challenge that again? Here's the thing. I don't know what you're going to find. For all I know, you might end up learning something you'll wish you hadn't. You might end up going through life bearing an even heavier burden than before. Are you prepared to take that risk and learn the truth? Come on, Sachi. Sachi squeezes her eyelids shut, breaking off in mid-sentence. For a long moment, she contemplates the question. And when they snap open again, the anxiety and uncertainty in her eyes has been replaced with firm determination.
お父さんとお母さんの気持ちが知りたいです。
Yes! Come on, let's go. I want to see what they
そ
made.
して今のお母さんに会うことでその覚悟はできました。
Yeah, you've done so bloody well, Sachi.
その結果がどうであっても全てを受け入れるつもりです。
I see. I can never manage to do the same myself. Wait, what? What do you mean? You really are a hell of a lot tougher than you look, Sachi. Yeah, you're telling me. I'm giving her my hand. Come on, Sachi. Let's go. Take my hand then. I'll show you what you really need to kill.
本当に殺してほしかったもの。
Yeah. That's right. No matter what answer you find in the place we're going next, I'll be your ally. You said you believe in me? Well, the feeling's mutual. I know you can do this. And if you find an answer that's too painful for one person to bear, I'll share the burden with you. I'll be there. That's not changing, no matter what.
ゆうくん。
Yes! Yuji! Yes! Alright, I'm done. Wanna go destroy the culprit behind your nightmares? She took my hand. Yes. Let's go. Come on.
はい。
Leaving the hospital behind, I set off toward the residential district, Sachi at my side.
ゆうくんはどこに向かっているのでしょうか。
That's a surprise. You'll find out when we get there.
そうですか。
Come on, Sachi. You're about to have your eyes wide open. They're gonna go, like, massive. I intentionally give Sachi a pretty pompous non-answer, but she doesn't take the bait. She's probably too concerned with the whereabouts of the truth. I promised her to play along like she usually would. Dudes. In an attempt to slightly ease Sachi's anxiety, I reach out and take her hand in mine.
ゆうくん。
Yuji, you are a lad. This help a little?
はい。ありがとうございます。
Nice. I can help Sachi see her mistakes. I can offer her reassurance and affection. But if she's going to be saved outright, that's not enough. Her parents need to step in. As for how they really felt about her, even Sachi, who spent many years with them, doesn't know. So maybe this is a little presumptuous of me. No, Yuji. I think you know, dear. I think you are correct on this. I think you are correct. The answer is in. It's in the storage house. It's in there. But personally, I don't think any parents loved this much by their daughter could possibly hate her in return.
ゆうくんが向かっていたのは やっぱり私の家だったんですね。
Yes. As I come to a halt before the small house, Sachi finally allows herself to state the obvious. To be more exact, we're heading to the workshop next door.
工場ですか？あそこには金型を作る機械が置かれているだけなはずですけど。
No, that a fact. All I've heard from Sachi's uncle is that her parents seem to be up to something in the workshop a little before her birthday. Her 10th birthday present is in there. I am calling it now. I've already said it, and I'm still sticking by it. But hidden in those words lie the answer Sachi's seeking. I'm pretty firmly convinced of that.
そうだったのかって。それじゃどうして工場なんかに。
Sachi. Her mother's final question, why? Now that the woman's in a coma, we'll probably never know for sure how she intended to finish that sentence. But if a parent who'd been planning something for her daughter's birthday wanted to say one thing at the end, I think it might have been something like this.
サチ、どうしてもサチに見てもらいたいものがあったの。
It was never negative, and it was... Damn it. I hope that's what she wanted to say. The answer you've been seeking should be waiting in there.
私の求めた答え。
Yep. If you're ready to face it, open this door. With those words, I take the aged metal key out of my pocket and unlock the workshop. Come on, Sachi. Go in there. Come on. It's your decision whether to take that step. You can lock this door and walk away. And no matter what you choose, my feelings aren't going to change.
ユウ君。
Yeah, so don't worry about me or anyone else. One way or another, you need to put an end to this with your own two hands.
はい。
Nodding with a serious expression on her face, Sachi slowly closes her eyes. There's probably a whole torrent of conflicted feelings swirling around in her head right now. Terror that she'll discover proof her parents resented her. Hope that she'll learn the opposite was true. I can almost see the tug-of-war between those powerful emotions shaking a small girl's heart. Even so, Sachi's capable of accepting the truth now, whatever it may be. I absolutely believe that.
決めました。私は
Yes!
この扉を開きます。
Yes! Yes! Come on! With that declaration, Sachi opens her eyes and stares firmly at the entrance to the workshop. You sure about that?
おかしいですよね。そう決めたはずなのに、体の震えが止まらないんです。
Your years of suffering are about to come to an end. Sachi.
でも、逃げるつもりはありません。だから、ほんの少しだけ私に力を貸してください。
Of course. Yeah, I'll do that. As Sachi's hand trembles against the cold iron, I reach out and overlap it with mine. We take 2 long simultaneous breaths, then push one, open the heavy door. Here we go. I want to find this thing.
これ。
Her voice full of surprise, Sachi slowly advances inside. With every step, her eyes grow wider, full of confusion at the scene before her
こ
eyes.
れだけあった機械が全部なくなってる。
They got rid of the machines?
それにこれは。
They sold all the machines! Oh god, that just actually made me tear up. Oh, fuck. Oh, they kept all the achievements that she'd done. They wanted to prove they weren't ignoring her daughter. Oh my god. Oh, that hit me. Oh, that hit me hard. Oh, happy birthday, Sachi. The workshop's not entirely empty. One wall is covered with dusty party decorations. A carefully arranged flock of photographs and certificates crowd the space, contrasting strongly with the dull grey wall behind.
誕生日おめでとう。
Yeah, Tantobi and Editor Sachi. Most eye-catching of all is the large, hand-lettered banner above. Sachi slowly reads the words aloud. September 23rd. Today's your birthday. It's her birthday! Oh god, don't do this to me! Don't do this to me! The man tears are already going! I don't need more! Oh! And today's her birthday! Ah! From what I hear, you haven't been to this place even once since the day of the accident.
どうしてユウ君がそのことを
Your uncle. Truth is, after you wrote that letter mentioning me, I had the chance to talk to your uncle over the phone. I asked about your parents' disinterest and he told me about this place. He didn't know the details, but it seemed as though your parents had been up to something in here in the weeks before your birthday. He also told me you had no idea about any of this.
それでユウ君は私をここに
And those are her that's the kanji of her name up there as well. Sachi. To be honest, I was attempting to drag you over right away, but I knew that wasn't going to cut it. As long as you kept hiding from your mother, the person you had transformed into a symbol of your guilt, you couldn't possibly face up to the past in any meaningful way. Damn my heart. Unless you were prepared to accept anything, you'd be able to interpret whatever you found here as part of your warped
だ
narrative.
から一度お母さんに会うべきだって
Yeah.
そう言ってくれたんですね
Yeah. You needed to be a blank slate, so to speak. Given a piece of paper filled with the margins of thick black letters you have to erase before you can write something new.
そんなことまで考えていたなんて
You really are amazing, Yukon. Your parents are the amazing ones here. Yeah. They got rid of all of the machines because they were going to find a new job. They found new work. They wanted to spend time with Sachi. They never wanted to do the work that they were doing. I thought they made something, but this is beyond what I expected. As I speak, I run my eyes carefully along the painstakingly decorated wall. They never hated you. They were always looking at your achievements. When you were asleep, that was what they were doing. Getting all those machines removed without you realizing would have been hard enough. And these decorations are all handmade. It must have taken them days. They must have wanted very badly to surprise you, to make you happy.
そうなんでしょうか
Yeah, easily. I didn't want you to kill your mother. Not the woman sleeping in the hospital bed, at least. That accident was too much of a charge process. Too terrifying. Too painful. Thanks to that overwhelming tragedy, you're imprinted with a hollow false image. An image of two people who resented you and wanted you to suffer. A hateful illusion you mistook for your parents. That's what you needed to kill. Yes! Yes! And this has done it. I actually thought they made something out of like a metal locket for her. That's what I thought they would have made. And it probably had like her name engraved on it or something. In this place, time stopped on that day. Here's the reality. Your real mum and dad's feelings preserved in amber.
お父さんとお母さんの思い
They adored you. They cared for you. They regretted ever having the machines there being away from their daughter. They regretted it. They hated it. Repeating my words absent-mindedly, Sachi gently reaches out to touch the decorations on the
サ
wall.
チが初めてテストで100点を取った算数が得意なところは私に似たのかもしれない
They writ her notes. They writ her notes.
父の日のプレゼントにサチが私の絵を描いてくれた。嬉しくて涙が出た。
Yep, there we go.
一生の宝物にしよう。
The tears have come. Am I a crybaby at this point? Have I finally reached crybaby status? It takes a lot to break me, you know? And this. I guess it's because I have some link with PTSD, and I've managed to overcome my own, seeing somebody else do it. I guess, kind of. Well, it got me hard. Let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. God damn it, what's wrong with me? What I mean, it hit me in the feelings hard. That's what I mean. That's probably why this one got me so strongly, is because I once had a negative image like this. So, I guess I kind of had some sort of remembrance to that. Damn though, this makes me happy.
サチはキャッチボールが好きらしい将来はソフトボールの選手になるかもしれないなんてお父さんと語り合った
I'm not sad. I'm ridiculously
運
happy.
動会の父兄参加二人
Just,
三脚で
just so you know, a massive man tier dropped. Only one man tier. Only one man tier dropped.
私に習って
Ah, no, I skipped a bit
サ
of
チ
it.
が初めて作った
I'm
卵
gonna
焼
wait for that one. Tamagoyaki.
塩を入れすぎて塩辛かったはずなのにお父さんは嬉しそうに食べていた。
運動会
Let's hear
の
this one again.
父兄参加二人三脚で私がサチの足を引っ張ってしまった。明日からジョギングを始めようか。
And he wanted to play more of his daughter.
サチが苦手だった国語で100点を取ったテストが
He saw it. He saw it.
ちゃんと褒めてあげられればよかった。
He saw the test. Yes. Along with a series of photographs chronicling the first decade of Sachi's life, the walls packed with tests, paintings, and prize certificates. And on every single one, there's a note from her parents spelling out their feelings. They're the simplest, earnest sentences of two people watching over their growing child with unabashed pride and affection. Yes. It's nothing less than a crystallization of pure parental love.
ずっと昔に描いた絵もお父さんとお母さんには見せずにいたテストも
And they saw it in their own
もしか
time.
して全部取っておいてくれたの。
Yes, they had.
仕事が忙しいからって相手にしてくれないこともあったのに
Yes,
こ
they
んなに
had.
たくさんの写真も全部それにあれだけたくさんあったはずの機械だって
I'm pretty sure they sold them.
ここに
After all this time, her parents' feelings are finally laid bare. I don't need to say anything more about the machines. I don't need to. After all those years believing my mum and dad hated me, what Sachi's found here is completely incompatible with that long-standing delusion. So she's so bewildered you can practically see the question marks floating over her head. Dropping her eyes from the wall of memory, Sachi finally noticed a small wooden object sitting on the table on the far side of the room.
これって
No, not the
お
music
父
box!
さんとお母さんが大事にしていたオルゴール
Not the music box. I don't want to drop any more mantis.
それにこの手紙は
It's a time-preserved letter. Curious? Might as well read it. The envelope, discoloured by its long exposure to the sun, still bears the faint letters to Sachi. Seems they left her an answer after all. So, did they make her a new music box? Did they make the actual thing inside of it, the metal bit? So that have an answer after all. Sachi carefully opens the envelope, takes out the letter she finds inside and begins to read it out loud.
サチへまずは10歳の誕生日おめでとう。本当はこの言葉も直接伝えた方がいいと思うんだけど最近サチとはうまく話せていなかったから手紙を書くことにしました。
I'm gonna stay silent throughout this bit, guys, so I'm just gonna let Sachi read this.
この手紙に私とお父さんが伝えたいことを一生懸命書いたので最後まで読んでくれると嬉しいです。それで私たちがまず初めに言わせてほしかったこと、それはたくさんのごめんなさいです。
たくさん。
お仕事が忙しくなって一緒に遊んであげられる時間がなくなってしまったこと、サチの頑張りをそばで見ていてあげることができなかったこと、一人でご飯を食べてもらうことが多くなってしまったこと、そのことを謝らせてください。本当にごめんなさい、サチ。
They never hated you. They never
で
hated
も
you.
決してサチのことが嫌いになったわけじゃない。そのことだけは分かってほしいの。
It's there in words. It's there in words.
私たちがもっとお仕事を頑張ればサチを幸せにしてあげられる。
They wanted
そう思ったんです。
to make sure that they would have no more problems because they knew they didn't earn that much money. They wanted to make sure with the jobs that they had they can have an easier life, so that's why they got rid of the machines. It's all coming together.
だからお仕事が忙しくなってお金が手元に残るようになった時、私とお父さんは喜びました。これでサチにたくさん美味しいものを食べさせてあげられる。もっとお洋服も買ってあげられるって。
That's
で
beautiful.
もサチが教えてくれたこと、一人でステーキを食べるより機械の音が聞こえないお家でみんな一緒にカレーが食べたい。その言葉で私たちの考えが間違っていたことに気づかされました。
Yeah, that day when we didn't want anything fancy.
私たちに必要だったのはお金じゃなかったんだ。
No.
だから私とお父さんは話し合って
Yeah, they changed their jobs.
一緒にお仕事を変えることにしました。
Glad I
大
got that
好きな
right.
サチともっとたくさんの時間を過ごせるように。あの家でみんながまた笑って過ごせるように。それを次のサチの誕生日プレゼントにしよう、そう思ったの。でも私たちが好きだったこの工場がずっとサチに嫌われたままなのは悲しい。
It was the only way they can keep the house, of course.
そう思ってこの工場をサチが好きになってくれるような場所にしよう、そう考えました。
They were gonna put all of her achievements in this room. That was what they wanted to do. It's like in the future they wanted to put every single thing that she'd done in there. Oh my god.
その答えがこのアルバムです。
Album? The music box,
機
you
械
mean?
のなくなったこの工場はこれから幸せになっていく
Yeah,
私た
they
ち
were
家
gonna
族の
store
思い出
everything.
を飾る記録室。
They wanted to make it their whole family history.
世界中どこを探してもここにしかないたった一つのアルバムです。
Are we gonna continue it? Are we gonna continue it? Like with Yuji? Are we going to? Oh, please say that we
だ
are.
からこれからここにたくさんの思い出を増やしていきましょう。それこそこの工場の中に収まらないくらい。それでサチが笑顔になってくれれば私たちはとても嬉しいです。サチが楽しそうに笑ってくれていること、それが私たちにとって一番の幸せなんだもん。
It is our greatest happiness. Ichiban no shiawase. The happiest thing in existence, basically. The number one thing that makes us happy.
そのことがこの手紙で少しでも伝わってくれると嬉しいです。
Sachi, well done.
それからこのオルゴールも私たちからのプレゼントとしてサチに送ります。
They entrusted the music box to her. Oh my god.
サチも今日で10歳だからそろそろ好きな人ができてもおかしくない。
Oh, they were even paying attention to why she was going to the park. Oh my god. They were so. Hold on. Slow down. If that's the case, isn't that song right now what's playing in the background? Oh my god. That's the music box soundtrack. That's in the box that's playing in the background right now, isn't it? Well done, Front Wing. God damn it.
私の勘だと公園で一緒に遊んでくれているっていうユウくんが第一候補かなと思っているんだ
They
け
knew
ど
me as well.
違ったかしら。でもその子に限らずサチにとって本当に大切な人ができた時、その人とこのオルゴールを聴いてください。そうすればサチが素敵だと言ってくれたメロディーが幸せを運んできてくれるかもしれません。
So the very music box she loved is what's setting her free.
そして
Wow.
その人とたくさんの恋愛をして結婚をしたら私とお父さんに負けないくらい 幸せな家庭を作ってください。なんて、それはちょっと気が早すぎたかもしれないけど、
Yeah, probably for a 10-year-old.
サチの未来が幸せであるように、ずっと笑っていられるように、それがサチに幸せという名前をつけた
Yep.
私たちの願いです。少し長くなってしまったけれど、私たちがサチに伝えたかったことはこれで全部です。そして最後にもう一つだけ、
What's that?
愛してるはまだ難しいかもしれないから、この言葉で
What?
私たちの子供に生まれてきてくれてありがとう、サチ。
Grisaia is going to make me turn into a little girl, I swear. God damn it. Sachi, just let it out.
私の方こそありがとう。
Nice.
お父さん。
Sachi has the answer she's been yearning to find since her childhood. I stand quietly at her side as the tears flow in streams down her cheeks. I can't say for sure how it felt to read that letter. That's something only Sachi herself will ever know. But there is one thing I can say with some confidence. She won't be suffering from those nightmares again. Because right now, the words spilling from her mouth aren't "I'm sorry, but thank you." And while I might just be a completely deluded narcissistic moron, I'm pretty sure I also know what the next words out of her mouth are going to be.
私、
What?
たった今ゆうくんにお願いができました。
Oh? And what would that be?
私と一緒にこのオルゴールを聴いてもらえますか？
I'll be more than happy to. Yeah, I think I can do that. Let's listen to it, shall we? Oh yeah, just like before, the video probably won't be there, so I'm gonna put over the actual video in a bit after this. Just so you guys are aware, because I can't see anything. Unless this is just it. Just pitch blackness. No, there we go. There we go. We got the ending. And that one felt so much shorter as well. There we go. Got a little Sachi up there. Whoa, it's a different song for every ending. Wow. So there we go, the Sachi's route done. It didn't go as far as in the future as Amane's one though, surprisingly. Unless there's more, of course, which there probably is. Damn. That whole bit. Oh, that mentally broke me. I don't know if any of you have ever had the thought of like you were always being neglected by your parents. A while ago, when I was a bit younger, I kind of had that fear. So I understand the irrational fear of it. So that bit did get me. I can't lie. I can't lie. It got me pretty badly, that bit. Damn. This is amazing though. Just wow. I actually expected the ending to be longer though, which is the bit that surprised me. But there we go. I'm more than happy with this. I am very happy with how this route turned out. Like, Sachi is now one of my best girls. I'm saying it right now. Unless any of the others manage to convince me, she is the best girl in this game as of now. As of at this point. But next, we are going to prepare for Michiru's route. God damn. So, yeah. I am just emotionally drained, let's say. This thing got me pretty well. That one CG of the sunset. Oh, that caught my heart, that did. Oh, wow. But yeah, looking back in this room, it was perfect. For Sachi, anyway. For Sachi and her character background and how she became the way she is, it was absolutely perfect. I just hope there's a tiny bit left after this, rather than not being anything. And I hope that's the case. If it's not, that's fine. Just as it was right then, that was still brilliant. I have no complaints. No complaints whatsoever. Because, wow. And I'm pretty sure, just like the route with Armanate, it's going to give us one final CG at the end. I just have that feeling. And I hope I'm right, and I hope it doesn't make me bloody tear up. It probably will, but I'm still going to love it. I don't care! The manliness will still overpower this! Ah. Damn. Script Chief, yeah, Gankyu, Konzetsu, and all the other members right there making all of the writing. Oof. Tie-dye, yeah, sound effects and drama editing. Good job, and you've done a brilliant job on those. I can't even say anything. Public relations, Yusuke Waizawa, if Kyo here. Oh yeah, I've actually got a buddy of mine in the UK who's actually going to be playing the Fruit of Grisaia. I got him a gift whilst I was out here, which is the Fruit of Grisaia trilogy on the Switch, and it's got all the games in English. So he is going to be on this for a long time, and it contains the whole trilogy, so I'm guessing it's probably going to be like 200 hours in total for him to get everything. Because right now it's taking me 67 hours, yeah, roughly 67 hours to get 2 endings. So I reckon it'll probably take me a whole 100 hours to even do all of Fruit of Grisaia. Come on, give us that tasty last piece, please. Please give us that last bit of tastiness. There we go.
昨日は体育の授業があって、久しぶりにみんなでエクストリームスポーツをやったの。
She's writing a letter, isn't she, to her aunt and uncle, right?
エクストリームスポーツっていうのは、ゆうくんが命名したスポーツの名前で。
Oh, what is it?
私が打ったボールを
She speaks to her mother.
サキちゃんがワンバウンドでキャッチして、二塁に向かって走っていたみちる様に投げつけたの。
She's actually speaking to her mother. Yes.
そしたら、マキちゃんは肩が弱いからバウンドボールになって、平らな地面でつまずいちゃったみちる様がヘッドスライディングしたところにそのボールが乗っかって見事にアウト。私はその間に一塁へ走ってセーフだったんだけど、みちる様もマキちゃんもすごいよね。
The hospital room is filled with the warm glow of afternoon sunlight. As a gentle breeze blows it in through the open window, Sachi chatters on, recounting the recent happenings at Mihama Academy. Unlike before, there's no trace of melancholy in her expression. Of course, that doesn't mean her mother's offering any reply. Please say she wakes up, please say she wakes up. Even so, her sleeping face looks strangely peaceful. Somehow it makes me think of a parent affectionately half listening to her daughter's story while doing homework.
小峰さん、失礼しますね。あら、さっちゃん、今日も来てくれてたのね。
She's been doing it frequently, yes. The one-sided conversation is interrupted by the arrival of a familiar nurse who immediately greets the two of us.
はい、これから検温の時間ですか？その通りなんだけど、すぐに終わるからそのままで大丈夫よ。あ、いえ、ちょうどキリが良かったですから、私たちはここで。そう？それならいいんだけど。
This nurse has got to be so happy to realize that she's got past her own trauma.
はい。
Still smiling, Sachi slowly rises from her seat. I follow suit, pushing myself up on my undersized folding chair.
また来るね、お母さん。
She's still sleeping. As she speaks, Sachi gently squeezes her mother's hand.
それではすみませんが、母のことよろしくお願いします。ええ、さっちゃんも勉強頑張ってね。
Yeah, she's still gonna do good at
あり
that.
がとうございます。
After exchanging polite little nods with the nurse, we quietly leave the hospital room. You really alright with this?
何がですか？
Wrapping up the visit so quickly.
はい、今日はこれでおしまいです。
Sachi seems to have grasped what I'm getting at, but her reply is strangely casual in tone. Didn't you have more you wanted to talk about?
それはもちろんです。
So why didn't you stay a little longer like the nurse suggested?
あんまり長話をしてお母さんを困らせたくないですから。
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. What?
私がお母さんに話さなければいけないことはたくさんあります。
She doesn't want to use them up all in one go.
今までお見舞いに来られなかった間に私が経験したこと。
Oh.
美浜学園でのことやゆうくんとのこと。それを一度にたくさん聞かされるのはお母さんも大変だと思うんです。
Yeah, she got a point.
だからたくさん病院に通って少しずつお話ししていきたいんです。
Perfect. That is perfect. There's no guilt or bitterness in Sachi's eyes as she speaks those words. They're the shining eyes of a child talking like a beloved parent. I see. Fine. You've convinced me.
ありがとうございます。それよりゆうくんの方こそ私との約束を忘れていませんよね。
We got a date, have we? Oh, now that you mention it. Something about reverting to childhood and spending the whole day We're going to play the park! Yes! Yes! That's going to be the CG, isn't it? Please let it be the CG. Wasn't it?
はい。
Oh, we are.
見てくださいゆうくん。誰もいません。私たちの貸し切りです。
The moment she realizes the playground's empty, Sachi takes off at a gallop, practically floating off the ground with excitement. Today, the two of us are playing in the park where we first met until Sachi's thoroughly satisfied. This is what she chose for her belated birthday present. Yes, 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 yes. If I understand why it was so easy for Yuji to accept. If it was me, I would have said, I'm surprised you didn't say so sooner. Oh damn, we're doing the whole...
今から日付が変わるまでの時間をフルに使ってもこの公園を満喫しきれないかもしれません。
We're gonna be here all day. How are you keeping a straight face right now?
真面目な話をしています。
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Dots. As my birthday present to you, I'll accept any one request unconditionally, no matter how spoiled or selfish it may be. From the moment I made my offer, Sachi's been eagerly anticipating this day. I knew the girl never really lost her fundamental love for playing around outside, but it seems all those years of self-denial may have amplified her enthusiasm. You seriously want to go straight through midnight? In some ways, that might be harder than your average ranger training course.
ゆうくんはどんなわがままでも聞いてくれると言っていましたよね。
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's what I said, but can we try to be a little realistic? Human beings do have their limits.
それならその限界までで構いません。さあ、まずはブランコから始めましょう。
So in other words, we ain't leaving until we're tired and sweaty and can't move. Even as she speaks, Sachi's yanking impatiently on my arm. You're not listening to a word I say, are you? I may be grumbling, but for some mysterious reason, there's a smile on my face. This is how it's been lately. We eat our meals together. We talk about nothing in particular and end up laughing. Every once in a while, she pulls me around like this. Hackneyed stuff. The sort of thing I used to read about in cheap love stories. Maybe the happiness I wanted to help Sachi find was something as simple as that. Duds. Even after visiting that workshop, neither Sachi nor I believe that we've come to understand everything her mother and father were thinking. The feelings of two parents cut down by an accident in the middle of searching for their distraught daughter. That's probably something you can't fully understand until you have a family and children of your own. There's one thing that's clear. The two of them wanted her to find happiness even greater than their own. In a way, that bittersweet knowledge will be Sachi's punishment from now on. A family, huh? At the rate this relationship is going, the two of us might end up married. Maybe even have children of our own at some point. Kind of bizarre in a way. I would have been capable of imagining such a future just a few short months ago. But right now it seems completely natural. Even obvious. Yes, Yuji. And if Sachi feels the same way, I don't think anything could make me happier. Hey Sachi, I've got a suggestion to make if you're willing to listen.
やっぱり公園で遊ぶのを中止するという相談なら受け付けませんよ。
Wrong. Yeah, that's not it. What do you think about getting married after we graduate from Mihama?
結婚ですか？
My man! My man, Yuji! Yeah, even if I end up quitting my current job somewhere down the line, I'm confident I'll be able to feed the two of us. And I want you to be with me. I want you with me for the rest of my life, Sachi.
ということは私、今、プロポーズをされているんですよね。
Yep, I guess so.
なるほどです。確かに、結婚すれば、美浜学園を卒業しても、ゆうくんと一緒にいられますし、それはとても魅力的な提案です。
She still won't change the way she speaks, will she? Nodding to herself, Sachi slowly closes her eyes. Guess it's decided then.
いえ、お断りします。
Wait, what? Say what? Thrown off balance by this 180-degree reversal from her initial reaction, I do a bit of a double take.
だって、
What?
私より靴を飛ばせるようになったところを、
Oh!
まだ見せてもらっていませんから。
Yes! Oh, perfect. Perfect. That is the perfect end. Nothing more has to be said. This is perfect. Oh, the shoe game. The mid-afternoon sun blazing down as if to insist summer's not over yet is thoroughly outshone by a single dazzling smile. That smile belongs to a girl named Komine Sachi, the only child of two people who treasured her above all else. The daughter of two parents who exchanged their ambitions for one simple wish. And today, I'm sure the two of them know that wish has been wholeheartedly inherited. Oh yes. And there is the shoe. The shoe. Yes. Because the woman I love has found a smile so befitting of the name her parents gave her. We chucked our shoe happily. There we go. There we go. Oh, yes. Oh, my heart is happy. It's not sad. It's not distraught. It's happy. And there's nothing else I need to say. I can leave this off happy. First off, that was the perfect way to end off all of Sachi's route. It was much shorter, yes. And now I think about it, Sachi's route didn't have much of a future thing to it, but Armane's had a shite ton. Which is very jarring now that I think about it. Like, why the stark difference in, like, the time lengths not being contained for them is really surprising to me. But the endings are written how they are, and they're both amazing. And right now, I'm all out of time, and I've now got to prepare myself for the Michiru route, which apparently should have been the first one to do to understand more about Yuji, from what I've researched. But hey ho, that's what we're going to do next. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you want any more from me, and I shall see you in the next video. Soreja, guys! I will most certainly see you next time. Alrighty then, let's have ourselves a good lunch break.